So what happened after that? Like you got I think you had I know of like at least one single you guys had the one with Fabulous.
Yes,
Yep,
Bad
that was our
Girl.
second. First one was Rockabye. It was actually played a lot on radio, especially like on the East Coast, like DMV area, like up and down. Like Rockabye was our first single that we put out under RSMG, which was a joint venture with Def Jam. So it was we were signed to RSMG and then distributed by Def Jam.
Okay.
And Rockabye had us touring everywhere in the States. It had us on tour with, at the time, unknown Ne-Yo, Chris Brown, Rihanna. They were all unknown. It was 2006. They were all just further. Yeah. And we were touring with them, and they all blew up, and we were like, what about us? Like they all still doing their thing, and Rihanna being one of the richest.
She's like a billionaire, right?
Women,
and you knew her when she was kind of nobody.
We were around her all the time, like, because she was also Def Jam. The same year, got signed with us, with a new artist of Def Jam, 2006. Rihanna, Ne-Yo, Black Butterfly.
She was also an immigrant from Barbados, right?
Yeah, exactly. And so we were like,
maybe Chris Brown should have whipped out. No, I'm just playing.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Because I have a theory about Rihanna that like.
Really?
That's kind of what shot her into superstardom. Because who didn't know about that situation?
I know. That was...
it made him infamous, and it made her like America's sweetheart, And it kind of put her over everybody, because everybody was rooting for her after that. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, but we don't have to delve too much into that.
But it did excel after that.
Yeah, she blew it. She went into another stratosphere after that. Hell of a way to do that, but that's just one of my wild theories. I'm sorry, but keep going with your story.
I mean, we were just ended up. Our album never came out. We made this beautiful album with a lot of
amazing producers that we dreamed about working
Jimmy
with.
Jam, Terry Lewis. We had
wow.
And it was a bummer because it was like, damn, our albums, they pushed our album date back twice because I guess the singles did good, but not to the point where they were happy. And so the album never came out. And then
the album never dropped.
With Def Jam, the first album we made with the label, it was dope too. It was so many dope songs on it. It never came out. And we were just then starting to get frustrated because we were still signed, but they weren't putting anything out after the two singles.
Okay.
And we were like, damn, this is okay. What are we gonna do? We went out of the deal because they didn't have us doing anything.
They just kind of had y'all on the shelf.
Yeah.
Did y'all get a big signing bonus or something like that? Or?
Not even that. So that was another thing because we ended up running out of money because the advance wasn't that big to last us. So after a year, it was we didn't have nothing left, and we were signed but broke, and it was the first real big experience of disappointment
in the music industry.
And then it happened all over again, the same exact thing for the second time. This time
the two of
just
us,
with us, but the same situation with J Records. And even more recording, traveling, going to LA, working with Tank and everybody.
Yeah.
And your sister left the group.
At that point, it was just the two of us.
Why did she decide to leave?
Because that Def Jam situation was so frustrating.
Oh, that's just soured her on the music industry altogether. Okay.
Because mind you, remember, it's we're telling it in a short version, but this was a year, 2 years, went on. And she was just, after that, she was already how the people are just,
she would always there's more stuff that happened, behind scenes.
Right,
politics. Right. Don't have to get into it, but so much stuff that happened. She was like, nah, it's not.
So when she left, it was a big deal because we had never. I didn't know even if we.
In the beginning, we didn't even know if we were going to continue.
Because how we're going to do this. Our strongest part is 3-part harmony.
Mm.
How we're going to do this. This is what inspired me to pick up instruments. I started playing instruments.
Exactly.
I kind of almost sometimes say I wanted to replace her with being able to play. And from then we continued as Black Butterfly, but it was hard until we got signed again and that excitement again. Maybe this time.
Second time's the charm.
And again, man, same thing for years. Yeah, it was up and down.
Recorded another full album.
Yeah, more than that.
And it didn't. One, we even loved this even more.
It didn't come out either.
Yeah, not even put singles out this time for the second deal with J Records. And we were even more frustrated. I remember I slammed the door in the office. This was like with the production / management, Alicia Keys' management at the time.
Right.
Big deal. And I remember because we worked for like 2-3 years with them, big record deal with J Records, and they were just having us developing for years. And I'm like, what the hell are we doing? And we want to share our, what we create. We want to share. We want to put out something.
Want to get this show on the road, right?
And they would just trust us, please be patient, blah, 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 for years. And I was like, at the end, I was like, fuck, y'all. I slammed the door. I ran out. Remember that day on 31st Street in New York? I slammed the door. I felt so free. And I said, fuck.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. And it was.
Was that like the last straw?
Yeah, man. I mean, we
didn't understand why.
At this point, also, we were a signed group again, and they didn't even have us. I mean, we recorded a lot of stuff in the first year, but then the second year, they didn't even have us busy or working or doing anything. We were just at home struggling because we also were broke again because we had ran out of that advance. Every month, like, trying to figure it out. And I'm like, damn, what's going on? And then they kept saying, like, just trust the process.
Trust the process.
Like, oh, man.
Because we had the music ready. We had it.
Yeah.
It's not like we didn't have any songs.
That's how it is.
Right.
And that's really how we learned, like, being signed really don't mean much.
Right.
At all.
I mean, I think it meant more back then. Because there was only a few avenues to stardom back then. There was no social media. There was no Spotify, no streaming.
Yeah.
I think maybe more so back then you kind of had to have a major label to like even get studio time back then. I remember wanting to be a musician back then and just being in my room. Like, the only way I could record is on a karaoke machine with 2 tapes. I'm showing my age right now. But yeah, I think it was way more of a barrier to like being like a famous musician back then. So I can see why you guys were like really counting on those opportunities and how it was probably a really big disappointment.
But you know what was a big deal at the time? Because that's the time YouTube started.
Okay.
And we had kind of like, we had posted stuff on there, so excited, always posting us singing. And it kind of, grew some legs a little bit. And we were so excited because finally we got to share and people heard us sing. And they told us to stop doing that.
Oh, really?
I remember, like, don't put out so much stuff. And we were this was what we wanted to do, right? So that was one thing where I'm like, I'm not going to feel caged, like prisoned like this. Like, I'm not allowed to do this, that, nothing. Just sit at home and wait? No. And we also had learned how to record ourselves at home. We had our own equipment. I had learned how to do all of this vocal arrangement, everything on my own. And I was so proud of this progress as an artist that I had made. And we were just recording at home nonstop. But they didn't care about that. They only cared about the songs that they brought to the table, So it was a bitter taste in my mouth. Like,
that they brought to the table? Like, they was like...
I mean, they just cared about what we did in a big studio, the songs that they had brought to us versus what we created at home, which we felt was more special because it was more authentic to who we were, more different.
Yeah, and authenticity matters.
Yeah, and so then I really started to feel like, okay, it's just really... But this is not making us happy at all. Because, we're just constantly trying to please others. And make other people happy. And what about yourself?